to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. What a mouthful. Today is the 16th of March, and we are live, and we would love to hear from you. Today, we're calling it The Viewer Show. Now, a lot of you that have been following along with the show for a very long time, The Viewer Show is one of our most popular for a reason. We have an opportunity to take as many phone calls as possible, answer some of your viewer questions from our Facebook page and email, and we also have a couple of tech tips. We'll get to that in a minute. But here is that North American Metals hotline. It's 503-548-6777. Questions, comments, reports like always. And if you want to contribute to a couple of our tech tips, you can also do that. One of which I had mentioned just a couple of weeks ago that I had Haxton's, one of our sponsors here at Outdoor GPS, phenomenal company, make a bag for my Edge oars. Now you're going to go, what in the world do you need a bag for your oars for? Oars are very expensive, okay? And you want to take care of them. And the best way that I could figure to do that, I've seen them before in the past, bags for your oars, but I couldn't find one. So I had John over there make me one. It's amazing. And when you have very expensive oars, it's nice to be able to take care of them. So I'm just going to show you what that's all about and how it's really going to protect those oars of yours, either it be for your drift boat or your raft or whatever it might be. It is certainly something I'm very glad that I have. So I'm going to expose that to you as well. In that same segment, we've got a question about Edge oars, so it kind of ties in, or excuse me, Edge rods, kind of ties in perfectly with that tech tip. Along with that, we're going to have another tech tip. A couple of weeks ago, we had one that was specifically about stuffer baits and hook placement on their leader, right? Well, part of that was also about herring, and I was unable to get to it. So today we're going to do that. I got a couple of different setups, a traditional fixed tide mooching rig for cut plug herring, and then also a 3-hook setup with a slider in there as well. So we're going to have that for you in the later on tech tip during today's show. So we're going to try to cover as much ground as we can, but it'd be a ton of fun if we heard from you. If you always wanted to call in, this is your chance, because we've only got one calling in right now. So feel free to say hello to Ryan for the first time if it's your first time calling in. Also, this upcoming segment, a couple of reports to get out there, nothing too fantastic there, as you can imagine from the yesterday's conditions that we had. That was a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and a lot of snow. We'll find out from Andy Carson, believe it or not. We have him here this morning, what that snow was really like yesterday and what we can expect going into this upcoming week, because it looks like we've got rain just about every day in the forecast, which is a darn good thing. So let's just cross our fingers that that holds true. Also, we'll have all the typical information. We'll even be including fish counts. I giggle because we were unable to do that yesterday, and then today we'll get that in. Not a lot going on there, but at least for those that are in the midst of a contest on when that first spring Chinook crosses Bonneville Dam, we'll try to keep you informed on that as well. Hopefully it'll happen in like a couple of weeks so that they all stay below Bonneville. Just being greedy. That's just me. Then, of course, we got a ton of photos that everybody's been sending in, and we're going to answer, like I already mentioned, a couple of Facebook questions. But for those that have been sending in photos, we're going to show you those now. We actually have a video clip for you that I'm very interested in seeing. I haven't seen it yet, but Ryan says it's a great one. Look at now, typically you don't see, look, Nanook on the north, okay? You don't typically think of walleye fishing and it being really cold, right? But here you go, Diane with her first walleye, and there is approximately 1, 2, 3, at least 4 tacos, maybe 5. That's how I rate the size of walleye. Fantastic taco meat, by the way. Thanks for the photo. Alex, yellowfin. Oh. I am not a sushi person, but yellowfin, sashimi, or poke, phenomenal. Look at that. San Jose del Cabo. I don't know if that's exactly where I would want to be, but if I'm catching fish like that, yeah, that's very cool. Alex, thanks for sending that in. Looks like you had a ton of fun. Complete polar opposites, like nearly literally. Diamond Lake, Chris with the trout, looks like they were ice fishing. We mentioned this yesterday. We had one of the Abby's winners of a pizza, one of the giveaways that we do now, was up there, and what a really cool photo. I mean, you just don't get to see that very often. Whoa. Is that Coot? It is. That's Cody. There's a Chrome success. Tom sent this in. He was fishing with Cody Herman from Day One Outdoors. You've seen him here. You've seen him everywhere. Everybody knows Cody. And I hate to say this, but been one of the most consistent folks this year. And he is a plug and diver and shrimp master. Nice fish, by the way. Here's another one, Jackson and Grandpa. Looks like Faye sent this in. Nice little hatchery fish. I'm hoping to be able to finally be able to take one home maybe this week, because it won't be a lack of effort, depending on the conditions. I plan on being out there a bunch this week. Here we go. Here's a Lake Merwin cleanup. Oh, it's a pike minnow. Yeah, and there's no shortage of those around. Very cool. Sophie, congratulations. You're helping the trout populations in that lake, and bass and crappie and everything else. Michael's steelhead. Jim sent this in. Nice fish. Just a little dime, little rocket, as we like to call it. I'd be happy to take about 15 or 20 of those. I'm not too proud this week. I think I know how to chase steelhead. I might. I don't even remember anymore. Silver bullet and a broodstock. Brian Lindquist. Very cool, from the handicap platform. There's been some very interesting days, although the reports haven't been great here recently, but very good opportunity there. And done correctly, you can have some success. Very cool. Brian, thanks for sending that in. And I believe we've got a video coming up here, and they say to pay attention. Whoa, look at that. Coast range, and it looks like steelhead trying to migrate up the falls. Man, I don't recognize those falls. Look at that. Look at the steel. Look at what the fish have to go through. Just amazing animals. Look at that. And believe it or not, they make it up at... Look at that one on the right. Oh, he almost had it. Very cool. The right time of year, you can see that at the falls at Oregon City, too, with salmon trying to migrate, and then they realize that they can't make it. Very cool. Mike, thanks for sending that in. It's easy to do. You can take a video, take some photos of your family and friends, success or not, whatever. Have that Fox 12 app on your phone. It's free. When you do so, follow along with KPTV, KPDX, and, of course, Outdoor GPS, and upload those photos and videos. We show you off every Saturday and Sunday morning. All right, we're going to cut to a break. I've got a couple of calls, but don't forget there's the Abby's giveaway. It's super, super simple. It's gps@abbys.com. There's one winner each week. You need to enter in each week in order to be able to win. There's been a couple of winners already. We're going to try. It's a photo contest, by the way. Excuse me. We're going to try to make sure to show that photo each week of the winner. As long as we get it in time, we're going to try to do that so everybody can see that winning photo. Pretty cool, and you end up with delicious pizza. One of my family favorites, by the way. That's no joke, for a very, very long time. All right, we're going to cut to a break. I've got Lonnie on the line from Gresham. He's got a question or a comment about ocean salmon. That could go either direction. Also, we've got all the information that you're going to want going into this upcoming week, and we'll check in with Andy Carson on what our weather is really going to look like the next handful of days. We'll be back with more Outdoor GPS in just a minute.